Twin Peaks is known for its impact on TV and its overall weirdness. However, at the time, and in the show's overall fandom, there is something that people to this day are still largely mixed on, and that's the show's protagonist's quote-unquote love story, or lack thereof, with love interest Audrey Horne.
And I'll have the grapefruit juice, just as long as those grapefruits are freshly squeezed.
Now, even from just their first scene together, it's obviously that the characters have chemistry. This is heightened by the performances from both actors, who clearly had chemistry as well.
Do your palms ever itch?
Now, throughout most of the show's first season, this relationship continues, Audrey Horne being infatuated with Dale Cooper, writing a letter to him, trying to assist with his investigation, of course literally admitting it to Donna.
Cream and sugar. AJ Cooper loves coffee. Audrey.
Infiltrating her father's department store via blackmail, and really helps Cooper by giving him hints to One-Eyed Jacks. However, their relationship really changes is when Cooper finds Audrey in his bed, in which he says this.
What I want and what I need are two different things, Audrey. When a man joins the Bureau, he takes an oath to uphold certain values. Values that he's sworn to live by. This is wrong, Audrey. We both know it.
Now, this was a change actually made by Lynch and Frost, the two creators of the show, due to the fact that the actor for Donna wasn't in a relationship with Cooper's actor, which angered her, and thus their relationship was changed. Now, this had some positives and some negatives. The positives being, it makes Cooper a much more pure-hearted character, as it doesn't allow his lust to get the better of him, and the fact that while she is 18 years old, she is still in high school, and Cooper's age is about 25 or 26, so it would have come off as somewhat creepy. However, there are some negatives. Obviously, the fact the show was kind of building towards a relationship between the two characters. There's also the fact that both eventually enter a relationship with other characters that are not the most well written or liked, and in my opinion the show's ending, in season 2 I'm speaking about, would have made much more sense with Audrey. This is reinforced by the show's return in 2017 and Audrey's story. Now, of course, there is still somewhat of an interaction between the characters. For example, Audrey infiltrates One-Eyed Jacks by becoming a hostess, in which she's able to become one due to the infamous cherry scene. Where we get one of the most creepy scenes in the entire show, in which her first customer is her dad, which is when we find out her dad owned One-Eyed Jacks. And eventually Audrey is found and drugged and almost dies from a dose of heroin, and Cooper of course saves her in a scene which is very obviously paralleling something like the prince saving the princess. After the show's big reveal, that in some ways was kind of helped by Audrey, her and Cooper kind of become separated, only really sharing this moment and another scene where they dance together.
Well, you're welcome.
Now, their romance is something that never really came to fruition, which is to the anger of many people, as from what I can see, both were seen as two very attractive people that due to their chemistry, and the actors of course, they should have ended up together. And it is made all the more frustrating given the show's ending, in which Audrey's fate is left ambiguous, due to being blown up. Now, there was a Twin Peaks film in which Audrey didn't appear, which Cheryl and Fenn said was due to scheduling conflicts, but later admitted it was anger with how her character ended up. Now, the actress for Audrey seems to be quite smart. For example,
I'm a classman.
Like Kyle is David. That's who Kyle is playing on the show. David.
Now, if you think about it, that does make much more sense as to why Lynch wanted to push through with the romance. And by the time 25 years later, when the return happened, she figured it out again.
Giving him the business.
Giving him the business.
She's giving him the business tonight.
Like I gave you the business.
Exactly.
I know where you wrote it from, you brat.
They don't interact ever again. However, in the return, it is hinted that Audrey's child was a result of being raped by evil Cooper. Now I think there is a lot of meaning to their relationship, outside of just two people loving each other, as I think in the return it's about Cooper's fear of his loves getting the better of him. As a big theory for the show's return is that it's some sort of dream, and thus Cooper is imagining what his shadow self could do, thus raping Audrey and bringing an evil son into the world. Next is the fact that Audrey has many parallels with the show's main mystery of Laura Palmer. Both of course are high school students, both have a relationship with Cooper, both have fake personalities they put on, Audrey being a good person but trying to act rebellious, while Laura the complete opposite. Of course, both of them having a father that in one way or another makes sexual advances on them, even both wearing a black dress in a red room. However, I think the main thing is the fact Cooper pursues Laura rather than Audrey, thus chasing something that's basically impossible, while something in front of him he kind of ignores, which would have made the season 2's ending even greater and much more tragic.
How's Annie? How's Annie? How's Annie? How's Annie?
So overall, in my opinion, this I believe is the greatest love story never told. The chemistry, the fact it works much better, and while it didn't work out, it's still a great show, but perhaps a missed opportunity.